everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a couple of big targets who will be looking to get open in the middle of the field. It's Austin Hooper's Falcons going up against Ertz's Eagles. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we saw Larry focus on the tight end matchup in his open. You think it's one to watch, don't you?
Definitely one to watch because these guys can create such big plays by all the different things they can do. Line up out wide, in the slot, line up in a normal tight end position, and then who are you going to cover them with? Is it a linebacker, a defensive back? They create mismatches all throughout the game.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Eagles offense trotting out there. Nick Foles, the quarterback. Everyone knows the story. Carson Wentz hurt against Los Angeles back on December 10th. Now Foles 2-1 as a starter since. Now he takes him into the playoffs, hosting Atlanta. How do you think he does?
Well, he had the 4-touchdown game in his first start against the Giants this season and looked like, okay, it's going to be not seamless, but the Eagles felt pretty good about it. But, boy, what a tough time in the next 2 ball games. One of them against Oakland, one of them against Dallas. And I've heard this. His last 15 third downs that he's quarterbacked, they're 0 for 15 on third down. That's got to change if the Eagles expect to advance in the playoffs. He's got experience. He's been a starter in the league. He's been to the Pro Bowl. He's got to play to that level.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. For Ajayi, he's had 7 games so far this year with the Eagles. How key is he going to be with Nick Foles, the quarterback, instead of Carson Wentz in this playoff push?
He'll be a monster key in this one, and he'll be part of what I think is going to be a 3-headed monster that they'll use in the backfield in the playoffs. Jay Ajayi, he's going to be the sprinter type guy, can create the big plays. LeGarrette Blount, he's that guy who just moves the ball between the guards and the tackles. And Corey Clement, he's kind of a do-it-all type of a player, an undrafted free agent out of Wisconsin. But Ajayi, if he can get a few big sprints in and open things up for his offense, yeah, he could be the guy that could carry them deep in the playoffs.
Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Matt Ryan bringing the Atlanta Falcons onto the field. Get a look at their offense in a second. Got the win last week against the LA Rams in the wild card round, Charles, 26-13. And Matt Ryan, good game. Not amazing, but a good game in that one. 21-32, 18, and a touchdown.
I thought we saw the best of Matt Ryan in so many ways. And you're right, not one of those scintillating games in terms of throwing the football, but how he directed his team. The toughness that he showed, the command of the game, dealt with a field that wasn't in the best of conditions, slipped around a lot. kept his poise, and made the big throws when necessary. But how about him getting up after that big hit he took from the Rams? Showed the effects from it, but battled his way back and led his Falcons to a victory.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. And a man, as we look at the starters now, a man who really has earned us talking about him in the booth, Julio Jones.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver each and every year. So sleek, so wonderful. I call him Secretariat.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete here. The defensive unit for Philly here, a group that gave up only 79.2 rushing yards per game, best in the league.
And so many people look at how they play defense, their style, that wide nine that they call it, meaning the defensive ends are out wider than normal. Looks like there's a lot of space to run the ball, doesn't there? But they've got two tackles in Tim Jernigan and Fletcher Cox that eat up a lot of space, and they bring the linebackers a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, so it's a lot harder to run the ball. In fact, they were #1 in the league against the run in 2017, and they will get tested by the Atlanta Falcons. Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, this defense is going to have to carry them. Without their quarterback, Carson Wentz, they will have to play at their best.
Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, for Freeman in the playoff win over the Rams, 18 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Tevin Coleman, he also chipped in 68 yards from scrimmage.
So we got to see the best of that Atlanta Falcons duo, didn't we? And we haven't had that all season long due to injuries, guys in and out of the lineup, not able to see them at the peak of their game. I thought we saw that against the Rams. Devontae Freeman ran with such toughness and such drive that I think he motivated his team. Of course, Tevin Coleman, always a threat to go the distance. So, pretty good duo there in the NFC South, rivaling Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram in New Orleans.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I think of Tevin Coleman as a really good combo back. He can run it, But in terms of being a third down back, I think he ranks with the best in the league.
So good at leaking out of the backfield. Ryan finding him there for the Falcons first. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Ryan now off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Foles. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claymore able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, and that was the safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On second down, Freeman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Foles. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Grady Jarrett coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now Foles. And Selleck here, left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. Aguilar has it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to Philadelphia after this.
the NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Bust through the tackle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
half. It's Freeman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, his intended target. And it's third down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch. But underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get. Because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
To throw on third down, Ryan. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Michael Kendricks able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
So on fourth down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. He connected on his first, this from 41. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading field goals here in the opening half. No breakthrough yet on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
And really, I like what I've seen from both of these defenses thus far. Both have been a little more aggressive than I expected. And I think that's reflected in what we see on the scoreboard, which is no touchdowns to this point.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll begin the drive with a jive. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Ertz over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Stays on his feet. He sets to fire deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Here's Donnie Jones now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Off the bootleg, Ryan. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Well, a sidestep here on that incompletion. Of course, the NFL playoffs going on. Atlanta, Philadelphia this weekend. First of the 4 divisional round games. And Matt Ryan going back to Philly. Went to high school there. And, of course, Atlanta looking to avenge some demons from last year. You think they've got a shot in this one?
I do. I absolutely do. Based on how they played in Los Angeles in the first round against the Rams, they took the highest scoring team in the NFL, which averaging around 30 points per game, and held them to 13. That's a big deal. Down the stretch, Atlanta's defense, the last 6 games of the regular season, held their opponents to approximately 16 points per game. They're getting better on that side of the ball, and they have playoff experience. And don't forget this. Philadelphia does not have Carson Wentz playing quarterback. It's Nick Foles, and they've struggled down the stretch.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And this one is incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Here's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Oh, eluding the tackle. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So that pass hits the ground, and Charles gives me a chance to ask you about Wild Card Weekend. Interesting developments. What was the biggest surprise to you? Was it the Titans' victory?
I think you have to start there because they were 18 down in the 3rd quarter, and that doesn't happen very often. I think you can go back to, 4 times since 1933 or somewhere in that neighborhood that a team in the playoffs would come from that type of a deficit to win the game, and I thought Marcus Mariota was absolutely nails down the stretch. The second surprise to me, of course, not that Jacksonville won against Buffalo, but that Blake Bortles, their quarterback, had more rushing yards than passing yards in a playoff game, and they still managed to win it.
And held Buffalo to 3 points. Defense dominant. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Donnie Jones now. He's been terrific so far. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Going to give it to Freeman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Freeman again. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Ryan. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Timmy Jernigan. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Ajayi. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdowns. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Foles drops it off to Ajayi, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. Now back to throw. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Here's Foles. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going underneath to Blunt. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on for the 5th time here today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The Falcons on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Eagles and the Falcons have not had the best success throwing the football. It's a passing league, but these defenses have mostly been able to contain that today. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 2nd and 8. McLeod's going to get to the quarterback here. This will go as a loss of 10. Now 1st and 10. Jarrett's going to push his way to the QB here. This ends up as a loss of 9. Eagles now later on the drive. Aguilar is targeted coming across the middle, and he'll end up at the 35-yard line before being tackled. 3rd and 7. Jernigan's able to zero in on the QB here. This will go as a loss of 5. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's send it back up to Brandon and Charles in Philadelphia.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 2nd and 10 here. Play action. Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Ryan to Sanu. Good for an Atlanta first down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Vinny Curry. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Bosher now, standing just outside his own goal line. And taken right on the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They run with Ajayi. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This is Ajayi. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Foles. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now it's Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
His throw incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now they'll run on the draw. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Elliott now to kick this one away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. On first down, Ryan. And it's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down now after the pass completion. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. It's a give to Freeman running right. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They go play action with Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. They go play action now. Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They go play action here on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So the pass falling to the ground there, but one pass that did not fall to the ground that was tipped. Maybe the most miraculous play we've seen all season. How about Marcus Mariota's self-catch? And he threw a touchdown pass to himself. Only, that happened one other time, 1997?
Yeah, Brad Johnson did it when he was the quarterback of the Vikings against Carolina, but how about how the whole thing just unfolded? Marcus Mariota having to exit out of the pocket, not unusual. That's part of his game. Makes a throw, is tipped in the air. He catches it, makes a move, and then dives and sticks the ball on the pylon for the touchdown. They were down 21-3 at the time that play happened. That kick-started their comeback and eventual win at Kansas City.
Yeah, and CD, you remember it was 3rd and goal, so if they don't get that, maybe that comeback doesn't happen. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Donnie Jones now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nice footwork at the 25. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line is going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
Now Ryan on first down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On second down, here's Ryan. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Falcons on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be third and forever. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. That'll be a gain of 16, and they're going to face a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker, because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything, because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
The Falcons on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Ryan. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Ryan finding Gabriel for the Falcon first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jim. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Deion Jones leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run a draw here on second down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Foles. This is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And now a first down following that long gain. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Second and 10 now. Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
Throwing again. Ryan. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the fourth.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had two previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Here's Foles. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
They got everything they were hoping for when they're trying to throw the deep ball. Did you see that protection? What do you have, over 5 seconds to throw it?
Yeah, a lot of time. 4 verticals, it's a good recipe for the offense.
And how about them still being able to make a play on it and force an incompletion? That's big-time defense there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. After the interception, here's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. To throw again. Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now Foles. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's second down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Space to run past the 20. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's Coleman here, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They will run again with Coleman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll come out throwing here on first down. Ertz over the middle. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
36. Come back. Single.
Back to throw now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. Room to run inside the 40. That good for 22 and a first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Connects with Sanu right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Looking to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And just shedding him off there. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 52 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Foles. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
To throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. This is Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. Coleman. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Give him 30 yards there. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.